So hello and welcome back to another episode of Test Drive Thursday. Today we're taking a look at this reworked, well I guess we are in Germany, this reworked version of the MAN TGX. Now let's get started by taking a look at all of the configuration. So if you come inside the MAN truck dealer, you'll find this truck straight away. Now, like a little side story, I really do like the MAN trucks. A while ago, maybe 2.5 years ago now, I did a series where I drove all the way around Pro Mods Iceland in a MAN TGX, and that was one of the best sort of series I've done on the channel. I just love the way this truck drives. I think it's just so sort of smooth, comfortable, but very responsive when you want, which is everything you need really. But anyway, onto the cabins. We've got a XL, XLX, and then the XXL, which has got to be really cool because of this piece of glass up here. In fact, the glass of all the cabin, in fact. I mean, there's so many windows on this cabin, it's insane. Chassis, we have got loads of different options here. Basically, you've either got this style or you've got the heavy style. Now, I do think the heavy style sort of dates the look of the truck quite a lot when compared to that. But obviously, for heavy haulage, you can sort of attach sort of 2 tractor units to the front to haul a really heavy load. That's what it's mainly used for. And also improve ground clearance if you're going sort of quarrying or something. And then you got the low deck, 6x2 mid, tag, heavy, and then 8x4, which is just insane. And moving on to the engines, we've got a good range here. We've got 480 with 2300 Newton meters of torque, which is a good sort of base engine really. You don't really need to go down from that. In fact, maybe you can go down from that with the 4x2. Yeah, there we go. So that was a bit confusing. And I was thinking, why such a sort of good engine at the sort of most basic price point? If you change these, you get different engine options, as you can see. So on the 8x4, you've only got these 4 options, but all the other chassis, you've got loads of options, starting with a 320. And what I really like about the engines that are offered with this truck, whatever you go for, you've got plenty of power and performance. Even this most basic one drives really nicely. But yeah, there's a good range here, 540, 680 with the V8. I love that, the dual sort of exhaust pipes, and then the V8 designation on the front. If you go with the 8x4, you also get the heavy duty engine, which what's the main difference here? So it's actually got less torque than this engine here, but the power is available for a lot longer in the rev range. In fact, if you look at that, it's actually saying it's worse for heavy cargo and worse for hills traversal, which is interesting really. I'd have to try that out, but it does seem like quite a drop in sort of torque. 300 Newton meters is quite a lot, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. If we just go for a standard sort of chassis here whilst we're configuring, we've also got the transmissions, 12 speeds, 6 speeds, and some 16 speeds in here. On the interior, nothing really too exciting in here. You've either got the standard or the exclusive. The exclusive, you got this sort of orange stitching, which is quite nice, to be honest. And you also get some extra storage down here, and the sort of piano black finish on there. So it's a nice upgrade, but nothing too exciting. Got some cool paint jobs in here. The efficient line. What else have we got? Heavy hauling. Double colour. We've got some metallic colours, and then I'm guessing all the standard ones. That V8 one's nice. I do like that. It's pretty cool. Then yeah, as I said, all the sort of standard DLC colours. So onto the main configuration. Look at all those dots. We're going to be here a while. You got the lower grill guard, number plate holder. You got the steps down there. You got the fog lights, or if you just want to blank them out, you can do. You got different options for the lights. Look at this. So stock daytime running light, if we just turn it on. I'm guessing so that they always stay on when, even if you got the lights turned off, basically. I think that's what it means. Then you got the blacked out look, which I usually like, but I'm not too sure of it on here. Maybe if you go for a darker colour truck, maybe. Then you got the yellow, which I really don't like, and the yellow tint is just horrible. So yeah, cool options though. A little plastic piece down there, which is what, £18 cheaper. You got the country plate, bull bar at the front. You got some little information plaques there. You got the plastic grill, paint grill, or chrome grill. The chrome actually works pretty nice here because you got the chrome on this main sort of grill piece up here. But obviously you can change it if you want. Different designs and styles. Fully painted out if you want to sort of maybe fully murdered out blacked out truck look like that. But obviously it's up to you. Down here we've got some more sort of designation plates. We got the sort of air, I don't know what you'd call it, deflector down here maybe. Have that plastic if you want. It's quite a lot cheaper, over £250 cheaper to have it plastic, but I definitely think it blends in a lot better with paint. Then you got the mirror options. It's £1,000 extra to have it painted. Wow. Silver, which is actually quite nice to be honest. It's not sort of in your face chrome. It's just like a subtle silver colour. Up here you've got the sun visor options. Now there is a sort of file when you're sort of installing the mod where you can write your own text on there, which is pretty cool. I did it a while ago, but it does take a few, well maybe 10 minutes to sort of sort it all out, so I haven't bothered this time. I'll get to all that inside stuff in a bit. I like how you've got these LEDs already fitted to the light bar. That is pretty nice. But other options, you got the painted light bar, which I always love when mods do that. It's just so helpful and nice. Look at that one, Ranger. That's pretty insane. And then we got the cabin lights, the slots along the side for horns and stuff, and the beacons right around the side. You can paint this little intake here. You got all the air deflector options. You got these rivets around the edge of the wheel arch, which I don't really like. We got the door handle, efficient line badge. You can tint the glass at the top if you want, make the borders paint chrome, or just completely block them out with paint. Personally, I do like the tinted look. Around the bottom here you can put a spare wheel instead of an extra fuel tank. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's the roof options, number plate. You can put some chocks in here. You can paint the wheel arches. I mean, just look at the detail on the chassis. It's really nice. And then you got the covers over the top, or you can remove them if you want. You got the side protection. And I think that's pretty much it for the outside. Onto the inside, you can change the wheel. I mean, look at that. Orange stitching around the edge. And then this sort of perforated leather, which looks very, very nice. You got sat nav here because it doesn't come on. Oh, yeah, it does come on with yes, it does come on with standard, so that's nice. You can also have that one up there if you want. You got all the mugs there that are bound to fall off. Down the side we've got our little cabin accessory stuff. We got a fridge, and a fridge with a table. Got blankets back there. Curtains, I do like them sort of covered like that so you can't see the bed behind. Curtains on the side, little decals on the side as well. They've got a side mirror. I do love these, some of these are quite funny. Turbo inside. Then up here we got the CB radio, ambient lighting. I mean, it's just insane, the interior options on this thing. Really is rather good. Also got little options for tables and stuff there. So now I'm going to do a time lapse of me building this truck to my spec. Okay then, so here we are all fully configured. Now I've gone for a sort of workhorse style truck today, which I don't usually go for, especially compared to last week with the bright yellow Mercedes. If we jump on in, I've gone with the standard interior, with the sort of standard radio there, so I've got a sort of on dashboard or on windscreen sat nav. It is sort of labelled as an automatic, but I'm using it in manual mode today. Pretty standard dials. I think they've been slightly updated to the standard SCS one. A lot more information on there. No digital speed, which is a bit of a shame. But if we get it started up, sounds pretty nice. That's definitely changed and improved compared to the standard SCS audio, which is a good thing. But otherwise, it's fairly standard in here. Textures are fairly high, and yeah, generally it's pretty nice. So if we put it in gear, and let's get going. How heavy is this trailer? 11 tons. Which is completely fine for this 360 engine. We went with the 12-speed gearbox. I believe it's got a retarder. Yep. So completely fine for this kind of thing. Oh, it's stalled. Oh, stalled again. That's embarrassing. Yeah, it sounds really nice. It sounds powerful. It sounds authentic. Sounds like a real truck, which is a really good thing. You don't really get mods that actually sound real, but with this you really do feel like you're in a real truck. It's great. Look at it. It looks so menacing with the heavy duty grille, because it just sits up so high above everyone. But yeah, even this, look, already up to the speed limit pretty much, and it's not having to strain too hard. I mean, that's what I really like about MAN. As I said earlier, whatever configuration you go for, you're going to be happy with the truck that you get. Oh, if you just change it, oh, let's turn into this lane. I mean, how are we doing on fuel? Not great, because we've only just started to get going, but I'm sure that'll come down soon. It's a bit of a shame not having a digital speed. I believe one of the mods that I've had in the past for MAN has had a digital speed on the dash, which has been a real useful feature, but for some reason this doesn't have one. I'm not sure if it does in real life. And if it doesn't have one in real life, then I guess this is accurately represented. But yeah, it's always a bit annoying not having that digital speed. One thing I really do like is when you turn the cruise control on, that little red light pops up, which is actually quite useful, because sometimes I've been going along and I've accidentally knocked the cruise control off, so when I got to a hill I suddenly find the truck decelerating quite sharply and I've lost quite a lot of momentum. But with that light there, you can just easily see if it's on or off, and it's quite visual as well. I mean, bright red, you're not going to miss it. Right, we're going to have to turn on here, or is this lane just going to stay? And the lane's stopping. But yeah, just how quiet this truck is. I mean, 12th gear, we're doing 54 miles an hour, or just over 85 kilometers per hour, and this thing is pretty much silent. I mean, most of the noise is wind noise, even on the outside. Pretty impressive, to be honest. And then we're currently averaging less than 50 litres every 100 mile, which is good considering we've only been on the road for 5 minutes. I mean, this is what I really like about the MAN trucks. They go from this excellent motorway cruiser to actually being close to the ability of a Scania on a twisty road. It's just amazing. Really, really is. And even when you go for the V8s, obviously it's a little bit sort of louder and a lot more, well, a little bit more drone than this on the main roads, but still fairly quiet, a lot quieter than a V8 Scania, but still has the power to get you going. I mean, if we change down some gears here into 10th, maybe 11th, still gets going. I mean, we're doing what, 90, 95, coming up to 100. Obviously it's not breaking neck speed fast because it's only a 360 engine, but what I'm trying to say is it still does have the power to get going. You're not having to really drop down the gears. The indicator speed is being sped up from standard as well. Oh, I think we're turning off as well. The indicators were so slow, but now it's pretty bearable. In fact, they're probably too quick now, which is quite funny. But yeah, let's turn the retarder on down here. Oh, don't know if you can hear that. Retarder's got a really nice sort of thumb to it. Really like this truck. So yeah, if you haven't sort of driven an MAN for a while, I really recommend you do, because they're one of my favourite trucks to drive. The customization on this mod is really good. I mean, you can go from something like this, a complete workhorse, to pretty much a show truck. The interior options are pretty nice. I like the perforated wheel, even though I didn't go for it in this configuration, because as I said, I'm going for a sort of heavy duty workhorse style. But yeah, it's just a really, really good truck, excellent to drive, great engines, and sounds really nice. I'll put a link to the mod in my mod spreadsheet if you want to check it out as usual. But yeah, even around town, it's like a hybrid or something. Now, I do believe the new MAN is coming out soon for Euro Truck. I'm not too sure when, but as at a guess, I'd say before the end of the year, which is pretty exciting. The last screenshot that I saw of it on the forum, on the blog, sorry, it did look pretty complete. So that's going to be interesting to try out and compare to this, because I'm not really sure where you can go from this truck apart from just updating it in general. I mean, the driving dynamics of this are great. Engines are great. I still think it looks pretty nice. The sort of newer version looks even better, the Euro 6. I don't think much has changed on the interior. I think it's more of just a facelift, but we're going to have to try that out to see what it's like, and that's going to be pretty cool. Haven't had a truck from SCS in a while. I think the last one was the Scania, wasn't it? But yeah, we're coming up to the drop-off. I'll just shut up so you can hear the retarder. Really sort of bassy noise. It's great. Right, let's see what this thing's like to park. Mirrors are huge on the MAN, so should be fairly easy. Right then. There we go. So yeah, if you enjoyed that video, please do give me a like, subscribe for more, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.